Welcome to the Why Not Us podcast. We're just a few dudes navigating life and talking about it. Thanks for listening.
Joey's got bad allergies too. I can hear it. Are you
Oh
stuck?
God!
No, I don't have any allergies.
You know,
No.
sounds like you're congested or something. Like I'm very much congested.
Oh, I
So
lost my voice last week.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
What'd you do that for?
I don't know. I just woke up one day and it wasn't there.
Really?
Yeah.
So you weren't yelling or anything at a game?
No. I
Huh.
don't run my first game till Monday, man, and I might be done for the season already. We got the big union vote on Sunday, and we're gonna strike, baby. We're striking.
Wow. Wow. So what's that been like so far? You've been to some meetings?
I wasn't able to go to the last one, but they voted it down like 95-5.
Dang, dude.
And nothing's changed, man. They just don't. It's just unfortunate from like an employer's perspective, I guess. Like, because like we're not asking for more money. Like, I mean, we are, but like we're not asking for like an exorbitant amount compared to like what other people do that other people make to do the same job. So what they're gonna end up doing is probably hire like a third party vendor, a third party company to come in and be, ushers and pay them way more than they pay us. So
Huh.
it's more or less like at a principle, I think, at this point for them to kind of stick it to us.
Hire some
Wow.
other show pros.
What's that?
Hire some other show pros.
Yeah, I mean that's what they'll do, dude. And
They should be
there'll
paying.
be
You
some
should
characters
be.
they hire. I'll tell you that right now,
You need to be like the director of the usher department, whatever that position is.
dude. I don't want to deal with this, man. The guy who's in charge of it, he's a character too, man.
You
You're
need
so
to try to get a
good.
job
I
at
can
the
see
third
you're so
party.
good at it though.
Oh, I should get a job at the third party.
Yeah, play both sides of the fence.
Oh, there you go. Make a little
Cross the
bit more
picket
money.
line.
I mean, here's the thing:
Trade. This is like live golf coming in.
go where more money's
Take the
at.
money. Yeah, take the
Some
money.
people want to stand on principle. And don't guess what? Principles don't pay the bills.
They don't. You're right. You're right.
Take
Preach,
the
brother, preach. I wish
Principles
I could
don't pay the bills.
film. I wish I could film this meeting on Sunday. We're gonna have. It's gonna be hilarious.
You think?
I mean, nothing
Oh,
says
yeah.
you can't film it.
I'll give you guys some play by play as it goes. How about that?
yeah,
when
we
have it?
would very much enjoy that.
You need to look up the law in Pennsylvania about recording people without their knowledge.
Oh no, if it's in a public space, you can record people.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Buccos just took the lead too.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Baseball's
Interesting.
back. How's everything going, fellas? How was the weekend and the week? How's the week going?
It was good.
It was good,
It's
man.
flying by.
Nothing too crazy to complain about. I went to Richmond. That's where saw one of our AWLs there. He was there, so it was nice to see him. Eric. We need to come up with our own AWL thing. We can't use part of my takes, but brother had an engagement party, so that's why I was in Richmond. So I spent Easter there.
Sweet. Joey
And,
Weddings is coming up very soon.
What's that?
Joey Weddings is coming up very soon.
Dude, it's bad. I think like October I've got 3, and I'm looking at potentially going to Germany as well. We gotta
James and who else in October?
someone here locally, Jordan, and then
Viewmaster
Brock.
Mike. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Brock. Okay, you got to go to where? Fort Worth for that?
Yeah, down there. Uh-huh.
Is
Oh, I
Emily in
remember
it?
him.
Yeah, you've met him, Jones.
Yeah, I
She's
met him.
not in it
Oh.
per se.
Is Blue in it?
I don't know. I'm not sure,
I
dude.
figured Blue. Here, I'll go look at their wedding website.
There you go. Pull up
You're
the
my
web.
boy, Blue.
They listen to this, by the way.
Oh,
So,
nice.
both those guys do.
Shout outs early. I like
Shout
it.
out Brock and Blue. But yeah, Brock's wedding. So
Let's go
Also,
look at his wedding website
Casey,
here.
I know you're listening to this, Casey. So I'm talking to you. Your coffee's on the way. I got your address. Thanks for sending it. You will get your coffee very soon.
did we get Blue's girlfriend's address too?
Taylor Blue is the best man, Joey.
There you go. All right, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Oh, good for him.
Shout out you two. I must have missed that when they were both here. They probably told me that, but I don't remember.
The other address, Joey, I haven't seen that one come through unless they've reached out to you all directly.
Jordan, I thought Jordan got that from Blue.
He sent the email. He sent it in the text message to us.
Did you not send it to Jones?
I thought you sent it.
We're
Whoops.
very organized here at Wine on
Hang
Us.
on, hang on. I'll send it.
But yeah, did everybody have a good Easter though?
Yeah, Easter was great. I was in Durham for Easter. So I was there Thursday through Sunday? Had a good time. The weather was awful, except for one day. Yeah, rained the whole time. But Sunday was nice.
That sucks.
Just kind of like the Masters weather, the weather was terrible. My connection's unstable, but I've been pausing.
Yeah, you just did. I was confused.
Right. It was kind of like the Masters weather, just a little bit terrible the first few days, and then sun was shining on Sunday.
How about that Masters, dude? A lot of fun.
How about it? How about
not too much drama, but
I actually thought it's kind of sucked.
I knew this was coming from you.
I don't know. I didn't think it was as good as it could have been.
Yeah.
I think the weather had things, and it just wasn't a close race at the end.
Fair enough. And I mean, it wasn't that way last year either, Jordan, to be honest.
No, the last couple have not been great.
There was a couple of guys that were coming up from the, like Spieth and Mickelson. It was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna win this thing.
But they were never going to be in contention. I mean, you had to get Hovland got hot. He would have had to got to 9 or 10 under to finishing up the third round to make it an event, and he didn't. It was literally a 2-man show.
Right. But gosh, Phil Mickelson really did put on a show. It's what he shoot on Sunday, 65, something like that.
Yeah, 7 or 8 under. Yeah.
Yeah.
The highest finish by a man of his age ever in a major.
Yeah. What is he, 52?
Shout out my guy Fred Couples, guys. I said take him top 10. He made the cut.
Made the cut, baby. Made the cut.
Oldest to make the cut. But sorry, I just needed to get the Fred Couples plug in there. But no, Phil played great. I mean, I'm not a Phil guy anymore. I was a Phil guy at one point. Never my favorite guy, but enjoyed him now so much. Now not so much. But
I've never been a Phil guy, like ever.
Really?
Just never really liked him. Not really sure why.
These aren't technically considered backdoor covers, but I love when guys come out of nowhere and finish top 10 that you've bet or whatever. Like Rory did it last year to finish second. Phil kind of coming out of nowhere to place.
Jordan, you could have gotten great money on him. Yeah, you could have gotten great money on him to finish top 5 or top 10.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
Guys come out of nowhere and they get up there at the top, and you're like, where did they come from? They weren't on the leaderboard for 2 days or whatever.
How about the showing that Bennett put on? That was pretty impressive.
He gets the highest. I think he's the highest finish by.
He just couldn't handle the pressure on Sunday, huh?
I just think he's just a kid, Like I don't know if he could put 4 rounds like that together.
Yeah.
It was hell of impressive to do what he did prior to that,
Yeah. I think I was listening to Foreplay earlier, and Dan Rappaport was saying how cocky he was in some of the interviews. I didn't get to see any of his interviews, but it was like they were talking about the course, and he was like throwing shade to Augusta, and he was like, yeah, well, this other course is a lot harder than this one.
I will say the greens are what make Augusta hard. I don't think so much tee to green are as bad. I think 120 yards in is what makes Augusta difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, seeing those greens, man, in person, it's kind of wild. You don't really get to see it on TV, but they're like severely tiered.
But he just failed on getting an invite, didn't finish top 12.
Yeah, that's crazy. And he doesn't get paid. That's another thing that I didn't realize that
he's getting he's getting NLI.
Well, yeah, I mean he gets some money like that for sure, and then he's definitely set with sponsors and that kind of thing. But
this is the first year he has sponsors. Used to these guys couldn't get sponsors, now they can. First ever amateur to wear a logo in a major. this year.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that.
Think
there's
about
a
that. Couldn't be wearing those. Had to wear your school's
School colors, yeah, right.
colors. Yeah,
Oh.
there's a stat.
yeah.
So it looked like Phil was wearing his live team stuff. I didn't see any of the other players doing that.
Yeah, they
You know,
all had to. Brooks was the only one that didn't
Brooks
follow
didn't.
through.
Yeah.
Brooks and DJ apparently didn't either. Jordan or no?
He did early.
Okay.
I don't know if he did. Here's the thing: he was never in contention to see him. He was only there for 2 days. So
True. No, he was there 4 days. DJ was.
he made the cut.
Yeah, he just
I
played
guess just
terrible.
no one ever talked about him. So I
Yeah,
guess I
he
just
did.
yeah. But some of those guys did during like Sergio had like the Azalea hat on or whatever, but he had like his logo, which I can't remember what team he's on. But most of the guys had their stuff on, but Brooks did not. That almost made you feel like if he won,
Well,
he was going to have to.
Yeah.
it
make an announcement.
was it you that made the point in the group chat that he might have a deal with Nike still that he has to honor?
He does, but I'm still though. Like Norman was like, "You guys got to wear your stuff." So
Okay.
I don't know if
Okay.
Nike trumped it somehow with Brooks.
Or Brooks just ain't about live.
Well, Brooks is probably not about live either. But
'Cause
pretty
he-
much all
he's
those
made
guys
some
had stuff
comments
on.
though. Hadn't
Yeah,
he?
Brooks is Brooks, man.
Sort of. He's made some comments about if he was like this healthy or whatever when he was.
Yeah, he said
making
that during the interviews of
decision.
the Masters. If I was this healthy last year, things would have been different.
Yeah.
He's probably getting slapped for that one. Probably, but good. I mean, it's probably good for Liv that there were so many golfers from Liv. That made the cut. I think there was 12 of the 18 that made the cut.
Was it
And-
really? I knew it was a lot, but I didn't realize that was the number, Jones. That's great.
And you had,
And for
Phil
them,
placing second. Second, right? Phil, second place? No?
Yeah, tied for second with Brooks, right?
Yeah.
If Brooks would have made that putt on 18, he would have had the second place money to himself.
Yeah, it was Phil, Patrick Reed, and Brooks were the top 3 guys in Live.
Man, Patrick Reed loves the Masters. God, he's so good there.
Yeah. He's got the
Gosh.
temperament, man, the patience for it.
Patience.
I can't stand that guy.
Well,
I don't
no
know.
one can. Right?
He thrives in that though. He loves be hated.
Yeah,
Absolutely does.
a villain. But yeah, there wasn't a ton of drama or anything with Liv and PGA, which I really didn't expect much. But yeah. But how about that Masters app, dude? That is like the best piece of technology for any
Dude,
sports event
I missed
ever.
the watch party thing you did. I was hoping we would have done another one. I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah, I actually accidentally did it, and it went ahead and shared the link, and I was like, "Huh, this is interesting. I'm just going to stay on here to see if anybody joins and see what it's like." And Luke popped up after like 5 minutes of watching it, and what it does, it puts you in sort of like a Zoom call. You've got little squares in the top right corner where you can see your friend's face, or you can turn your camera off if you want, and then you can
Sure.
watch it live together, which is pretty neat.
I wish I'd known that because I had to sign in. I didn't realize that. So then I signed in, and by that point, you were already not there. You guys weren't already there anymore.
Yeah, he joined the watch party, but he was watching it on his TV. And so at the same time, like Tiger had made a big putt for Eagle, and I ruined, or not Eagle, sorry, Birdie, and I ruined it for him. He was like, "Oh well, Tiger birdied, huh? Thanks."
Because you guys were like, you were ahead or whatever. He was ahead, right? That's funny.
Yeah, because his TV was lagging a little.
That's great.
But yeah, it's awesome that it's free. You get that much content, featured groups, like
The best, man. It's the best.
on the way back from Durham. So we were traveling during the final round, and I was listening to it on the radio on the way back on the Masters app, which was nice. Still a good experience. I mean, obviously, I'd rather been watching it, but couldn't stop Rom, man.
Just too good, dude. Just too good.
Yeah,
I know Jordan said it was boring, but it was fun to watch those two go at it. Like, I know it's a lot of fun when a lot of guys are involved, but like when you have two guys that are of those quality players, right? At, we'll say, peak-ish of their game, because Rom's definitely at his peak performance right now. Brooks maybe not so much, but that part was cool to me. It was fun. So
yeah, I thought it was a good match between those two.
Yeah, for the then they hit the turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I know. And then Brooks just couldn't really make a putt, hit a shot.
Can you imagine though being Sam Bennett like playing in that group
with those two, yeah.
with those two on Sunday at the match? It's like, what am I doing here? That young, like how old is he?
Is it what,
Early
June?
20, early 20s.
Yeah, very young.
Maybe can't even drink yet. I don't know. But
point.
anyways,
Good point.
like that must have been surreal to him.
I don't know. He's also seen a lot of life already, unfortunately, with his dad passing. So
Yeah.
you never know, and that's what I'm sure that comes off as what you're talking about, Jordan or Jones. You said the arrogance or the cockiness or whatnot. I don't know. That's who he is, right? I struggle with some of that stuff, right? You know, to you and I, that might be cocky, but to him, that's who he is. So it's hard to,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. What did it say on his wrist? Don't wait to do something.
Yeah, and his
Yeah,
dad's handwriting.
His dad's saying, or was it saying, or a note? I
The
Yeah.
can't remember.
last words he ever said, and he had it. And
Wow.
he asked his mom if he could get him to write it down. So it took like a couple hours to get him to write that down.
Holy cow.
Yeah. He was in bad shape when he was writing it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's why, like on the tattoo, it's kind of like, all over the place a little bit. That's a pretty special thing, though. That's pretty cool.
Very cool. Well, speaking of golf, though, guys, I mean, are we actually is there an actual date? Is that a thing? Some emails been flying around about the golf trip.
It sounds like we're going to Pinehurst sometime in October.
Dude, I think we should also maybe invite some listeners. You know, what do you guys think of that?
Probably.
What do you think of that?
Casey, Brock.
The more the better, because it's going to be so fucking expensive in October. That's peak season down there.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So
You're not going to get a round in under $100.
So Riggs, if you're listening to this, if you want to give us your house for free, that'd be cool. And get us on number 2 at Pinehurst. That'd be great.
Right.
You can. You got to stay at the resort.
Yeah.
Or 2 and 4 are the only ones you can't play by calling.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like, because I was texting Jake today, I was like, we can make tee times, but I was like, the 24 hours before, I'll call down there and see if they can. Like, we got 8. Can you get us on number 3? Or we got 8. Can you get us on 8 or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Because I played 9 and 3 before. You just call 24 hours ahead of time if you're not at a guest or resort, and they'll get you on. Because they have a ton of tee times all the time.
That just open up kind of thing.
Yeah, well, the resort's not packed all the time, so
Yeah. Well, we might know someone that lives down there too. So
it's true.
Yeah.
You gotta call
that'd
I
be
think
sweet.
you gotta call 24 hours before the cradle too to try to get on the cradle.
There's Hank. Yeah, I wondered if Luke would try to stay with us anyway and do like a staycation type thing, or what he would do. I probably would.
yeah.
I probably would. It should be fun. I've never played golf down there. When I was working for Alltech in the beverage industry, I actually had met with their beverage director a couple times. So I was
Oh, really?
down there, like in like one of the bars at the clubhouse, slinging like samples of bourbon barrel ale.
KBBA, baby.
People are out on the driving range, enjoying themselves at dinner and sitting at the bar, and here I am walking in with samples of beer with a beer hat on.
Just doing your job, dude.
I know, man. I was good at it. Still good at it.
You were damn good at it. That's true.
But
Dude, loving the content you're posting, by the way, of all the stuff. I watched a little bit of the music store one.
Oh, awesome, man. That was a fun video. So I've known those guys for a long time. And way back in the day when Kevin, which is one of the owners at Mountain Music Exchange, he used to work at this place called Soundhouse Music. And my dad used to purchase a bunch of equipment, guitars off of him
Really?
when he worked there. So that's how I kind of knew Kevin in the beginning. And then he worked with this other guy. His name was Jared. They partner together and start Mountain Music Exchange. And eventually I come back full circle and start working for Jared when I worked for the nonprofit for a couple of years.
Oh, really?
And so it's just kind of a crazy circle of people.
Thanks, taken. shit he shouldn't take. Hank.
Oh,
What is he
taking a
doing?
big shit. Taking a shit.
Is he taking him outside? Oh,
No, just right there. He just took a piece of paper. I'm
but
trying to help organize my brother's bachelor party.
Oh, I thought you said he was taking a shit.
No, taking shit he shouldn't be.
Oh, I was that dog has to be potty trained. Was it dude pooping in the house?
No, he had shit. Probably 3, 4, 5 months last time he peed in the house when he was a puppy.
well, that's
Not that he's not a
good.
puppy now, but he's great, dude.
That's great.
We've been lucky, man. He's pretty good for the most part.
The only thing Penny does now is like she'll drink her water too fast and then she throws up. Like
Oh.
that's her thing. So we have to like tell her to like take a break, you know. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like all the time.
Love
Golf.
Dawson. Love
Golf.
golf.
Golf trip. Golf trip. It's gonna be great. What else is going on, fellas? We're quiet tonight. We're supposed to be good at this by episode 30.
We are good at it. We just had to. We've all been busy, so we haven't been able to like really give
That's
it
true.
enough effort. Honestly, 'cause I'm a solo dad right now. Emily's down in Florida for a couple days, so
Well, that
just me
sounds
and Hank
great.
right now.
Did you figure out your trip, by the way, to
Oh,
out
following
west?
up, like, oh yeah, baby, we're in, baby. We're going to Cali.
Wow. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly from Pittsburgh to Dulles, which is in DC for those listening. Hopefully you guys know that airport. On that Saturday, the 5th or 6th or something. We'll start driving that day. Hopefully, target goal of getting to Modesto on that Wednesday. And I will fly out that Wednesday night.
Nice,
Get
dude.
back into Pittsburgh.
Freaking awesome. I've got to get your video from Houston out. I was trying to get those other videos out with that guitar store, and then I can come back and focus on yours. But I think it's going to be a really good one.
All right, good.
You got to
Yeah,
get some more footage though on this trip. It's
we
gonna be
will. We were hoping to stop a little more. We've kind of built in a day at this time, as opposed to me, just going. So we think it's going to take 4 days, but we built 5 days into it because we leave Saturday, drive 8 to 10 Saturday. It's 42 hours, 40 to 42 hours. So driving 8 to 10 a day gets you there by Wednesday for sure, as long as something crazy doesn't happen.
nice.
So you're locked and loaded though, man.
That's going to be cool.
Right?
Dude, I've been talking about videos. I've been working with this. He's a comedian, like a sports comedian out in Johnson City, and he's got a huge following now. And
Okay.
that's another weird connection. He had came down and filmed like an interview at Lincoln Road 2 years ago or 3 years ago or something like that. And I followed back up with him because I figured out that he was like a TikTok and Instagram and YouTube star. I was like,
Okay.
"Damn." But anyways, we're gonna film like a Bob Does Sports-esque type video here pretty soon.
Oh, really?
So that'll be my first time sort of being a creative director and something like that,
Sure.
and thinking through the shots and everything, and getting the golf cam just right and all that stuff.
Wait, so you're gonna play golf and do this?
We're gonna do like a 9-hole scramble type thing and
Okay.
see how low we can go. It's like a challenge, I think.
That's gonna be awesome, man.
But it was like, I kind of want to do that just to figure out like what the process is of getting prepped for it, what the film day looks like, and then what post-production and all that looks like, because there is a lot that goes into it. Like those guys just don't pop up to the course and play.
They've got a whole person that films them and does all that stuff for them.
Yeah. The good
Right?
guys, they have six videographers or something like that on the course with them. Because
Wow.
there are so many different carts, and there's a couple guys going ahead and filming the shot hitting the green. There's guys flying drones, so it won't be that elaborate. Bob, I think he's got Big Ticket and Jet that films for them, and then Fat Perez flies the drone in between
Yeah.
holes. So they've got like 3 guys essentially that do some filming. So it'll be interesting to see.
Nice, man.
But I think that would be some like perfect content for us too. to get into. Some of that like
It'd be fun, man. I'd be down.
sports comedy-esque type stuff because we're all, pretty good at sports, average
sure.
at least.
I mean, as I tell you guys, I over my job, so
We're bad enough to be funny.
My question is, are you going to appropriately dress for the golf course? I seen a comment made by
Yeah,
you on Facebook complaining that you have to wear a polo now at a
I'm
golf
pissed
course.
about that. I am pissed about that. It makes me not even want to go play there anymore. Like,
where's
why?
this? What course?
It's a course here at home. They put this post out that's like, you're going to be required to now wear polo shirts at this golf course. If you don't have a polo shirt on, you can't play here. A collared shirt, sorry, not polo. That's a brand.
You can get away with the Nike Tiger shirts they used to wear back in the day that didn't have a collar.
The blades?
Yeah, the blades.
That's not a collar technically. But anyways, I just don't get it. Why does a golf course need to do that, especially here in a rural area? So you're taking away from it's almost like you're trying to make it an exclusive group when the game of golf is supposed to be inclusive.
Inclusive, sure.
You know what I mean? So why do you want to do that? It's
Bunch
like
of
this
jacks,
one time
man.
I was a member at a golf club here in Pikeville, and the buddy I was playing with didn't have his shirt tucked in, and some old dude came over and was like, "You need to tuck your shirt in, or you can't play here."
Really?
Not even he wasn't even on the board or anything. He was just a member playing golf, and it's like, dude, really? You're making the game not fun. I just don't want to be here anymore.
Funny that we're now talking about this after we just opened the whole show talking about Augusta National Golf Club.
I mean, that's
which is super exclusive.
Yeah, maybe the most
exclusive.
racist institution in our country still today. So,
How about that graphic I sent you guys? About the taxes. If you have a property, a home, you can rent it out and you don't have to pay taxes on it.
yeah, they did that a couple years ago. I remember them talking about how people like make mortgages. When I say mortgages, like years worth of mortgages.
Really?
Yeah. People do that down here in High Point when the furniture market comes twice a year because people from all over will come.
That's
and
a big
people will
deal.
rent out their house for a week and make $100,000 or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big deal. People just like go on vacation and rent their homes out.
Yeah. And it's twice a year. So,
Which is coming up here next weekend, is it?
I don't know.
I think
It
it's
doesn't
next
ever
weekend.
affect me. So,
I believe it's next weekend because we've got a friend that works it every year. So yeah,
Really?
here's the stat. Homeowners in Augusta, Georgia rent out their 4 to 5 bedroom homes for a weekly rate of $30,000 during the Masters, tax free.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
I'm sure some get more than 30, but there's probably a cap.
Sure.
You can't make any more than this or you have to pay taxes. So they
True
probably
that.
charge the max that they can.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Gosh, I wonder what a property costs there. I bet it's crazy.
Lordy, do we want to know?
I don't know. Augusta's really not known for anything other than
The golf course, that's it. I mean, there's nothing there.
it's just a pretty average Georgia town on the South Carolina border. So I'm not so sure.
We didn't drive around a whole lot when we were there, but there's hardly anything from what I remember being there.
I mean, you've got the minor league baseball team, which is appropriately named. They're the Green Jackets.
Really?
Yeah.
What level is it, Jordan?
They were the Giants. They're like in low A, which has all been reclassified. They're an A ball, so somewhere low or high.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was going to use that, Jordan, for the comment that I made as burned my bacon, because that has been burning my bacon.
Yeah,
I usually don't comment on that kind of stuff, and I just commented and said bad for the game. That's it.
I mean, what you wearing right now has a collar on it. Can't you wear that?
I know. This is not a shirt you want to play golf in, though. Because sometimes I'll just wear like an athletic shirt to go playing because it's comfortable, you know?
But we mentioned minor league baseball there. Minor league baseball opened up this past week, and
Heyo.
our super high five tonight is top 5 things to eat at the ballpark.
All right, leading right into it.
What a great segue.
That was a good segue. Joey,
Yeah.
are you never mind. You're not sunburnt. I was gonna say it was like how the light was hitting your face.
No, I am like super hungry, guys. I haven't eaten like all day, so I
Oh,
was like
so
trying to order
We need to
food.
get this high-5 in so Joey can go eat.
so
So
talking about food here.
So I was literally like trying to fill out my order form online. I was listening, sorry. But I'll go first then, guys. I've got it ready.
Heck yeah.
go. You're hungry. Go.
So mine is I would call it very stereotypical as far as ballpark food goes, unfortunately or fortunately. Because in Pittsburgh we have a couple different options of things. Like you've got, wings at Quaker Steak and Lube you can get at the park. We've got um pierogies you can get as well. We've got crab fries, things that are kind of, I think, unique maybe to Pittsburgh. I know crab fries are in other parks, but
Chicken.
but anyway, so for me, number 5 is a good old soft pretzel, boys. Love a pretzel with salt. Need some cheese with it. Love it. Prefer like an Annie Ann's Bavarian style.
Oh,
Not a
yeah.
big like ballpark pretzel one, but I will settle for it if I have to. I think you guys know what I'm talking about with the ballpark
Yes.
pretzel, where they spray
Yes.
on the water, etc. It's
Yep.
okay. I can live with it. Number 4 for me, some good old fashioned popcorn. Big popcorn guy. You guys know this. Wish we could get some movie theater butter at some of these parks, but we don't get that. You're just getting the plain popcorn out of the machine that pops it, the traditional popcorn machine.
Too much cost,
Um,
Joey.
What's that?
Said too much cost with the additional
Oh
butter.
yeah, too much extra stuff. Absolutely. Number 3, boys, love a good Dippin' Dots at a ballpark. It's going to cost
Oh,
you
yeah.
$10, whatever. It's probably like the cheapest ice cream in the world to make, and they upcharge it as astronomically. But love a good Dippin' Dots. Flavor wise, I'll do just about anything but rainbow. Not a big rainbow flavor guy, but cookie dough, cookies and cream, chocolate, vanilla, love it.
I've got a fun fact for you about Dippin' Dots. I don't mean to interrupt here,
Fire
but
away, man.
Dippin' Dots was developed in Kentucky by none other than Alltech.
I did not know Alltech, but I knew they were with Kentucky.
Paducah.
Yep,
Uh,
I know this because remember we tried to work with them to make a cereal. You guys remember this? I was working with those
nice.
people in Paducah,
So it was a guy that was in the
and we did make
uh,
it. Full disclosure,
it
but
was a
it
guy
tasted
that was
terrible.
he was in the aquaculture department of Alltech making fish feed, and he was like, "Hey, I think I can do a similar thing with ice cream." So there you go.
Wow, did not know that. But I'll go quick with the last 2 here. Number 2 for me, guys, got to have French fries. Love French fries. Love some good dipping sauces with those fries. Super important to find good French fries at a park. If they're bacon cheese fries, even better, something like that. And number 1, guys, old fashioned nachos, chips and cheese. Can't go wrong. I'm trying to order some Mexican tonight. That's what I've been trying to order. So, but yeah, who's up next?
I'll rock
Okay.
it out.
You go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll rock it out. Number 5, I'm gonna go with French fries. I do like that play. That's a solid play, and I like parks. You know how they have like all the sauces, the condiments laid out. You just go over there and pump it out. You know, do you
We're
guys
losing
like
him.
those? Am I here?
You're there.
Yeah,
All
you're
right.
here.
The condiment cart, you know, that has like the big pumps of ketchup and
Oh
mustard
yeah.
and barbecue sauce. Like I just get it all. Give me a side of fries and then an empty carton so I can just have all the sauce in it.
Great idea.
Nachos, like that play too. Number 4. Number 3, I don't know if beer's a play that we can have here in this.
Ooh, yeah, I'm okay with that, even though it was food.
Yeah, that's fine.
Beer's a food. You
We'll
consume
allow
it.
it.
It goes in your belly. It's a
Allow it.
food. Craft beer, particularly.
It's made by wheat. That's a
myself,
food.
That's a food. Then number 2 is going to be a pretzel. I'm with you, Joey. The Bavarian style pretzels. You got to go there. And I like mustard and a lot of mustard with my pretzel.
Ooh,
Sometimes
okay.
I'll do barbecue sauce too, or something like that, or hot sauce or something. But mustard is definitely the main play there with pretzels for me. And then number 1's a hot dog. As you guys know, I'm a big hot dog guy at the ballpark. Sometimes I'll eat 10 of them and then poop myself.
I thought
end.
about putting a hot dog on there, but other things were above it for me. So
The end. Thank you.
I have 5. However, I refuse to buy ballpark food. I don't
Yeah.
think I have ordered anything inside a Great American Ballpark since probably 2012. That
So
includes
expensive.
several years as a season ticket holder. They allowed me
bring
to
in a bunch of your own stuff, right?
they
Normally,
let you bring in your own food. So I used to bring in my own drinks, my own food, even peanuts. So we'll start it off with number 5, peanuts.
I like that.
All-time ballpark essential peanuts, Cracker Jacks. You know they say it all. Number 4, I went with beer. Now that Jones was allowed, because it goes with pretty much most of the food on here except one.
What's your go-to beer at a ballpark?
What's that?
What's your go-to beer at a ballpark, or does it matter?
Bud Light.
Oh,
Or
okay.
unless you're in Cincinnati, a Hootapole. You got to,
Hootie.
got to,
All right.
Hootapole. Number 3, helmet nachos.
Ooh,
Most
Helmet
ballparks have the
nachos.
helmet nachos by now with all the shit in it, and you just get a spoon at the end, and you just, eat what left.
Is that? Tell me more about the helmet nachos.
So
What
it
is
just
it?
comes in like a souvenir style helmet with whatever team you're at. They
Okay,
throw the
got it.
chips with the meat and all kinds of the condiments that go with it.
Mhm,
It gets
mhm,
super
mhm,
sloppy.
mhm.
And
We'll
then
make
like
them extra sloppy for you.
It's like at the concession stand in high school, they would just like throw everything in the chip bag and mix it all up,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
It's
Got
a
it.
walking taco and a
Yeah,
helmet, essentially.
traveling nachos, walking taco,
I
exactly.
love
yeah.
that.
Number 2 for me, also helmet related, soft serve helmets. Love soft serve ice cream. It comes in a little souvenir helmet.
Big
Just
souvenir
about
guy.
it.
Big souvenir guy.
Something about the helmet. And number 1, I think you have to go hot dog. There's nothing more American than a hot dog, a beer at a ball game. Preferably loaded. I'm not like Frank the Tank. I don't raw dog hot dogs. I gotta have mustards. I mean, most of the time they throw on sauerkraut, something, whatever the little condiment bin that Jones was talking about. He called it
Yeah.
a cart, like they were pushing a dessert cart at a fancy
Well,
restaurant.
it's usually like on a cart, you know? It's
Yeah.
Dude, Jones, that was perfect too.
Yeah.
Jordan, would you eat this hot dog? The Braves sell this now this season. They call it the closer. All beef hot dog wrapped in mozzarella whipped potatoes,
Oh my gosh.
fried golden brown, and served with spicy mayo.
I mean, I think so. That's like those
Absolutely,
Korean
you would eat it.
dogs, like those Korean dogs or whatever. Wow,
Yeah.
that's really bright.
Can't
You
see
can't really
it.
see it, guys. Sorry.
Too bright.
Everybody's trying to do the boomstick thing that the Rangers have done for
There we go. You see it?
Yeah.
The Braves sold
wow.
1,221 of them at their opening homestand.
Wow. How about that? Who shared the video? Maybe Joey did. Somebody in the group chat of the guy that took a straw inside of a hot dog weenie to get the middle of it out, and then he used the wiener in his beer
As his drink,
as
yeah.
his straw.
Wow.
Like, that could not be real. Like if
Love
that
it.
guy's doing that, that is a weird thing to do.
It was like that lady that dipped that chicken tender in her soda or whatever. Was that like at a Yankees game or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a fun super high five, fellas.
Yeah, ballpark foods.
Ballpark foods. Is Joey's frozen?
You already ordered his Mexican.
He's already checked out. We need to go to some minor league baseball games this year, especially in North Carolina. I think that's going to be great. Golf trip's going to be great. This episode was great. Go follow us on all of our channels at Why Not Us. That's another edition of Why Not Us. I don't have
Clip
a
that of Joey. Looks like a mugshot.
Yeah, we'll clip it for sure. All right, see ya.
See ya.